One thing that often concerns me in society is how much people don't really understand what they believe. Like, you ask someone about, say, their religion or their political affiliation, let's say they're Democrat or Republican. And when you actually like talk to them very deeply, you realize, oh shoot, you have no idea what you genuinely believe. Like, you subscribe under like a tribe, but you don't even really know what the tribe stands for, or you just ask. Here's the thing, let me make this clear: you don't have to have an opinion on everything. Like, you can just believe something and not think too hard about it. But it is shocking how many people subscribe to a belief system that kind of requires you to actually think in depth about it, whether it be politics or religion, and they just have no idea. Like, you talk to them about something that they claim to believe, and they don't think anything of it. Like, they really don't understand what they believe. And the reason why I don't use ChatGPT is not because I think ChatGPT is some obscene evil, right? I'm one of those people when it comes to AI that I'm a bit mixed on it. I think for generative AI, like as a replacement for actual artists, as an artist, I think it's obviously very bad. But I'll admit, I look at some of those AI memes, and they're low key kind of funny. However, a lot of them are also very disingenuous and basically lead people to be misled. But on the topic of ChatGPT, as a consummate, I don't use it because I find oftentimes that people use ChatGPT as a crutch to not actually understand something that they're trying to learn. The thing is, I'm not saying that I'll never use ChatGPT, which, by the way, I never have used it, right? But what I am saying is that with ChatGPT, the issue is that people will use it to, like, say, summarize articles. And you say, I don't know, what's the problem with that? In theory, that's not really a bad thing. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with summaries per se. However, the problem with AI summaries for a lot of people is that instead of you going through the piece of the journal to understand it or the article, you're basically relying on third party source, because I think we best understand things when we are directly interacting with the thing itself. Like, this is an issue with a lot of, I would say, media and storytelling, where a lot of people will talk about stories, like, for example, say 1984, but like they'll never, the book 1984, by the way, they'll never have actually read the story. And here's the thing: directly interacting with the text is always going to be superior to just getting a summary, because even if a summary just makes you understand the meaning of it, right? I would say when you're actually going through the piece of it, like the story itself or the article that you're trying to summarize, you are actually engaging with your mind. And even if you don't understand what's going on, it's better to be confused and go through a piece of work or reading than it is to just have someone just tell you how it is. Because it's important to develop skills of reading to be able to learn to better understand something and better comprehend what you're going through. Because, like, right now, I'm reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. But what I am saying right now, I'm reading through the book, and what I'm finding is that it's like an older translation. Like, it uses a lot of thous and chants. Like, I think it's from like the 1600s or something. And I'm understanding that I don't understand a lot of things that's saying, but I think that's a good thing because it forces me to be uncomfortable with my understanding of something and actually work through the work of trying to comprehend this piece of text. And I find with ChatGPT, people are using it for things that they really shouldn't. Like, for example, you could obviously say cheating. I'll admit I have cheated in school before, but I will also say too, right? I don't think cheating is good. I do my best to not cheat. And at my college, I don't cheat at all. And I find that that's obviously bad, because what's the point of going in college? Because here's the thing: I'll understand cheating in high school, right? But like, if you're just cheating on everything, because I understand sometimes people do cheat in college. Like, I'm not saying that if you cheat in college, you're just unforgivable, but there are people who consistently cheat in their college experience. And I'm thinking to myself, brother, what is the point of going to college if you're not going to try to understand the material you're reading or try to genuinely learn? Like, I get it. we go to college for money and getting a degree, but at the same time, it is still an experience of trying to learn. And the fact that a lot of times people just use ChatGPT to give up actually thinking because it saves time. Because I remember saw a meme that said that. It's like, it saves time, but it saves time for what? Like, what are you doing that's possibly more important than really learning? Like, I understand maybe if you work like a full time job, but a lot of times when people say, "Oh, I did ChatGPT to save time," it's like you're not doing anything of actual value. Like, you're probably not actually being productive. You're probably just saving time so you can doom scroll or watch anime. Which there's nothing wrong with watching anime, but another thing I find an issue with ChatGPT is that people are using it to like as therapy, and I think that is so dystopian. Like, I'll admit that this is very much a cold take, but it's like you need human connection. ChatGPT is just a filter of like data and just various of other people's opinions, but it's not a person. Like, I remember one of my friends, or maybe I should say a peer. One of my peers told me about how she used ChatGPT like at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to like get over a breakup or something like that because like her friends were asleep to like better understand it. It's like, dude, you don't think that's weird? Like, I don't think that's good, miss, because it's like you need human beings to better understand your situation. Because the problem with ChatGPT is a lot of times it will tell you what you want to think. I know you could also adjust it in the settings to make it critical and stuff, but like if you are going through a breakup, that is a very human experience. You don't talk to ChatGPT to give you advice about it. Like, ChatGPT is the new crystal ball where everyone uses it to get over their problems. And it's like, dude, I do think ChatGPT can be a great tool. Like, I'm not 100%, I hate ChatGPT, I think it's evil. But I am of the opinion it's like you should not be reliant on it. Like, I can understand maybe using ChatGPT if your degree is like some computer science where it's like the answers to your problem are not very, very clear. But like if you're in any type of like literature based degree or a degree where you have to read a lot, it is important that you actually try to read the text that you're going through instead of just doing ChatGPT. Now, I'll admit, I don't always read as much as I should for my classes, but I'm trying to get better because I'm realizing, wait a minute, if I just go to lectures and not read the text, because really the real learning in college is what you do outside of class, then I'll have wasted my time in college because I didn't enter engage, I should say, with the art that I was trying to learn, or like the media, I should say. Maybe not the media. You know what I mean? The schoolwork, like the text that my classes assigned me. Because I realized, shoot, I'm not actually learning. Like, sure, you can learn stuff in the lectures, but you're not going to truly learn unless you read the stuff that your teacher assigned you. Which you may say, well, that's freaking obvious. And I'm like, I know, but I didn't. It took me so long to realize that I wasn't learning to my full potential because it's like, I know I'm not going to be the smartest person on earth, but my gosh, I could be so much smarter. And I think ChatGPT is making people too comfortable. It's like ChatGPT is kind of like the DoorDash for learning, that instead of going outside to get your food, you just rely on something as a shortcut that's ultimately just worse for you in a lot of ways. Again, I'm trying to make this clear. I don't think ChatGPT is inherently bad. I think the reliance on it. It's the same way how I feel about social media, where I don't think social media is evil. I just think that we rely too much on it and it hurts us. But that's just my opinion. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.